Hey everybody, you're on with your boy Casey, CTD Graphics, and what we are getting ready to learn in this tutorial video is how to create a club flyer. What I'm going to do is show you step by step how you would set your flyer up in the format from the 4x6, how to set up the bleeding points, and how basically to design cool things and make your flyer look eye-catching the way it's supposed to look. That way you can sell your flyer and people can look at your quality and see the quality in your work. All you got to do is just follow me step by step and look at how I design these things. Hope you guys enjoy this tutorial video. God bless y'all. Let's get this thing started. Here and record this. I gotta say I'm a little upset because I thought that my screen was recording and I was showing you guys how to make this flyer and it did not record at all. But that's okay because of you guys, and I want you guys to see this, so I'm gonna redo this over. So what I'm getting ready to show you guys how to do is to make a nightclub flyer, okay? And how, it's gonna be the basics, how basically you can get it just to look in format and how you can make a nightclub flyer within just a matter of one, because some people it take them literally all day. You can make this in like 1 hour. Okay, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna go to Photoshop where we at, and we're gonna click File, and we're gonna click New, and it's already set to 4x6 inches. Now what we need to do, we need to make sure that we set our bleeding points in the right format. So the bleeding points is basically, let me go right here. Your bleeding points basically is these lines. Anything that is outside of these lines, when this flyer goes to get printed, it will get cut off. So you want to make sure that all your words and everything that you want to be seen on that flyer is within this box right here. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to go back over here and I'm going to show you guys how you set that up. And as you see, I have my ruler already out. Some of you guys may not have the ruler out. So what you're going to do is you're going to click View, go down to Rulers. Mine is already checked, but if you uncheck it, you see it removes it. So I'm going to go back here again and I'm going to click Rulers, check it. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to take this line, bring it all the way down. Take another line and bring it right there. Take this line, bring it right there. Oh, it disappeared. Well, I'm going to do it again. Take this line, bring it right there. And take this line and bring it right there. Now, as you see, it's just flat. When you look right here, it looks different. That's fine. All we have to do now is go to Image, Carnival Size, and you want to make sure that it's on inches, and we're going to put 0.25 for that, for the width, and 0.25 for the height. And as you see, it puts it right there in formation for you guys. So what we're getting ready to do now, I'm going to start off by showing you guys how to create the background for your flyer. Lots of times people like to use, they like to put things in groups. I don't really like to put things in groups because it gets frustrating. But over here is where we're going to have our layers. You need to make sure that you create multiple layers for each thing that you're designing. So first come first, I'm going to create a layer. And I'm going to go right here down to my paintbrush. I'm going to select black and paint it black. Now let's say, for instance, I decide I want to change it again. I can always go back here, or if I want, after I finish the flyer, I want, which actually I'll go right here for this. As you see right here, okay, this flyer is already created, but I just want to show you guys how important layers are. Now, let's say I decide, I want to take out the girl from the flyer. All I have to do is come over here to my layers right here, and I just click this, and she's gone. Now, some people, when they're designing, you see I have different layers for each thing. I have a layer for her. I have a layer for that box right there at the top. I have a layer for the box at the bottom. I just make different layers. Some people, they don't do that. Some people will design all on one layer. And when you design all on one layer, your flyer is going to look like this. It's going to actually, you might as well say you're designing it to where it's flattened. And that's what I'm going to do, flatten this flyer. Now let's just pretend I designed everything on this. This is what it will all look like on one flyer. But if I want to remove the girl, I can't remove her because there is no layer for me to remove her. I can't do that because if I do this, let's make this into a layer. If I do this, it's going to delete the whole thing. So it's very important to have everything in layers. Now I'm going to go back over here. As I have this in black, I'm going to create another layer. I'm going to go to my paintbrush, set my size up to about right here. I'm going to get some hibachi today. And I'm going to go to pink. Now we have that. And I'm showing you guys just the basics, how you really do this. Now we're gonna create another one. And I'm gonna keep it on the same paintbrush, just change the size of it. Maybe make it a little bit bigger. I'm just gonna make some different dots, you know. You guys are gonna see what I do in the end. You're probably thinking like, what in the world is he doing? But you're gonna see. So now I'm gonna go to the smudge tool. And this is the brush I chose to use for the smudge tool, but you really can use whichever brush you want. Just gonna do this. It's moving a little bit slow because I got the brush to a bigger size. And you guys don't mind me if because I know I just said something about hibachi, you know. I'm a different type of breather. I know some people, they try to keep it all like just boring, like not me, you know. I like to have a little fun while I'm talking to you guys. Now that's because this is large, but I'm gonna bring this down because this gotta move a little faster. Now we're gonna take it and click overlay. Now what I wanna do, I wanna add a skyline in the background. Now anybody who knows me, you guys know I'm from Tampa, Florida. So I'm just gonna go like I just did, open up my photo, and I'm gonna click skyline. And let's see, there we go, downtown Tampa. And remember, this is a nightclub flyer. So there we have Tampa. All you gotta do is take the photo, drag it over. When you do that, usually most of the time, and you drag an image into an image, it automatically creates its own layer. So I'm just gonna stretch this out just a little bit. And now that I got that how I want it, all I have to do is just click this, and I'm gonna click, I can click overlay, or I can click darken. You can click really however you want to do it, but I'm gonna choose to go with overlay. That's my favorite. Now you see we still got this harsh line right here. We got to get rid of that. You can't have that. So we're gonna go right here and click layer mask. And then we're gonna click these three dots, and we're gonna go down to gradient tool. If some of you may not have to click that, but I had to. And you need to make sure that right here this box is selected and that your gradient is on black and white. And all you have to do is take this, just pull it up like this, and the line is gone. Bye-bye. Now we have this. Now we can add a little bit more to the background. I think I'm gonna see about this. I think I'm gonna add another image into it, a grunge. And you know, all you gotta do is go to Google, type in grunge, find a photo like this, do the same thing, drag it over, make sure it's above all of that. Sometimes you may have to stretch it a little bit. And actually, we're going to turn it this way. We're going to turn it long ways. Now, I just did that the total hard way. So actually, let me show you guys how you actually flip things the right way. So we're going to bring this here. And we're going to flip it. We're going to go to Edit, Transform, Rotate 90 clockwise. There we go. That was the most simplest way. My butt decided I wanted to do it the hard way. Now, we have this covered. And you probably thinking, what in the world? So we're going to go right here, come down. You can do overlay, but ooh, that is too harsh on it. So you can go to probably soft. I think soft is pretty good because you still can see the background. You can still see the skyline and everything. So yeah, we're going to go with soft. And we're probably going to turn this down just a tad bit. You can turn it down if you want to, or you don't have to. Now we're going to go right here. And I already have girls on here who I use as models. I'm going to show you guys at the end of the video where you guys can go and find free models. And I don't want to use that one girl because I just used her on the other one. So I'm going to go right here. And I have plenty of girls. So since we're doing a club flyer, girls are really, like model girls, they really do help enhance your flyers. I will not lie. I like her. So we're going to use her. Same thing. Oh, wait a minute. Now we're just going to drag her over. And we're going to add a layer mask to her. And it kind of looks like she's just placed in there. So we're going to click back on this and we can add some stuff to this. I don't really use the outer glow. Not really on flyers, but you can if you want to. I don't really use it because I think that it looks just tacky, to be honest with you. It all depends on how you use it, but I don't really like it, and we're not going to use it. So I'm just showing you guys if you ever want to right here, but I don't recommend using it. Not for this. You do have the inner shadow. Some people use this. Make sure that it's set on color dodge. And you can do something like this to give it like just a little blend to make it look like she's kind of really there. But you see, it's also very harsh on her. So really, we really don't really need to even try to use anything on her. And I don't think we're going to. But what we're going to do, now that we have that, we're going to create the name. It's going to be called Party in the Bay. You can use whatever font you want to use. I'm just going to use a basic one. Make sure that this is set at 50. And I want to make this as large as ever on 72 Party. in the bay. And we're gonna make this, because as you see, it's a little too wide. So we're probably gonna have to actually shrink the size on this. From 72 to 48. I like the party big like that though, so I'm gonna keep that like that. Now this is a very basic, plain, boring font. I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. So I think, you know what, I'm gonna add a little bit more flavor to this, because we got to do a little bit more. We can't do it like that, y'all. So we're gonna use this a little bit more fancier. Probably make it a little bigger. And we're gonna go here, double click that, add the gradient tool. We can add whatever we want to add, but we definitely want to add a shadow. And that just makes it more easier to see. I'm thinking the color we can add probably pink. But the only thing is with pink is going to make it hard to see. So I'm thinking for this, I'm actually going to just keep it white. And I just want to show you guys the basics on how you do this stuff. That way you guys can get an idea, a feel of how, you know, you use this. Trust me when I tell you guys will see this stuff and you will learn this stuff so quick. And what's going to make you successful at this is how creative the mind is. That's what makes a successful graphic artist, the creative mind. Right here, I just added a gradient to it, add a shadow. And you know what? Since I'm going to do that, I need to make sure party is above it. That layer is above it. I'm going to make that word pink. Let's see. And I'm going to add a stroke to it. I don't know, y'all. That pink just don't fit well to me. So yeah, you gotta be careful with them colors. And that looks a little better. Party in the Bay. Even though the P is kind of covering up the B a little bit, that's okay still. And actually, I'm finna change the font on that. You'll find yourself just playing around sometimes with the font several times. Like that's how I design. Like I'm always switching up the font. I like this font a little bit better. So I'm actually going to take in the Bay and put this back over that. And I'm going to add a stroke to this. Actually, I'm going to just make that all white. Now, this is the basic format on how you get a flyer kind of going. I'm not really too fond with how the background is all the way. I want more to it. So what I'm going to do now is add another layer, go back to my paintbrush, and I'm going to go right here. And this is what I got, like a splatter tool. So first, I actually got white chosen, so we're going to keep the white. We're going to select that. And now I'm going to make another layer, but I'm going to change the color to black. I'm going to add another layer. And now I'm going to use this brush. That's already black like I like it. And again, guys, you guys don't have to use these exact things that I'm doing. It's when it comes time for this stuff, what I want you guys to understand, there is no right. It's ways how you it's all on the creativity. There's multiple ways that you can do this stuff. What I really want you guys to gather from this is how I'm doing this stuff. And I want you guys to be able to take this stuff and be able to create it into your own thing. So we're going to merge them two together. When you merge, what that does is it basically combines both of the layers into one. And we're going to duplicate this. Now that's too much black, so I'm going to take that and I'm going to flip that and make it white. Now, what I want to do, not over there, but I want to go here and I want to click the gradient map. What that did right there is just made the whole thing black and white. But I want to give it like a vintage look. That white is too harsh. Actually, we're going to keep it on white. For the black, we may want to just make it a little dark red like that. There we go. Now, with her, she looks kind of pale, so I'm finna do some changing and adjustments to Missy. Because I need you not to look pale, baby. You're too pretty. You're on CTD Graphics Flyer, and you're on these other feature graphics flyers. I'm going to show you guys where you guys can go find images like her at. So all you got to do is click on the camera raw right here. Make some adjustments, like probably bring the light down just a little bit. Make her look like she has a little tan. Teeny bit of exposure. Click OK. Not too much of a difference, but I'm satisfied with it. Oh, I actually really kind of am liking this flower. I can do some things with this. Now let me work on this font, because I'm not pleased with that. Bring the stroke down just a little bit. And I'm going to go here, and I'm going to click open where it got downloads, and I'm going to click glitter. And I'm going to drag it over. And as you see, it's all over the party. It's over the whole flyer. What we're going to do is we're going to basically go to layer, and we're going to create a clipping mask. What that does is you're not going to be able to see it right now because I have the color when I click on the layers, but I'm going to take off that. And as you see, it takes the gold and puts the gold inside of the word. Oh, but as I'm looking, I'm just thinking, I don't even think I need no glitter. But you know, since I got it here, I'm just going to show you guys the trick anyways, but just so we're clear, I'm not using this glitter. But you guys see, this is how you put pictures within a word. You basically just bring the image over, make sure the image is on top of the word you're trying to put it in, go to layer, come down to clipping, and right here it says release. If you want to release it, that's what I did. But if you want to put it back in there, you just go right there, create clipping mask. But I'm taking it out because I like that white, just like that. Now, I'm going to change. I can keep that font like that, or I can just play around with it a little bit more because it looks like a lot is going on. I like this one better. Now I can bring this under the P. But then you won't be able to see it. So we're gonna have to just keep it the other way. Again, it's okay if some of the words a little bit be over it like that. Just bring it down just a little bit. The color is selected white. Let's see how it looks pink. Okay. So now what I want to do, I want to go up here, add another layer mask. What I'm about to show you guys how to do is create like a flare, your own flare. Bring this a little bit down. Make sure that it's selected as white. Now I know you're probably thinking like, oh, what type of flare is that? It's almost like a cloud flare. I think I want to put it like right there over her. Or we can put it like, we can really put it anywhere, but for right now, we're gonna just put it right there. And what we're gonna do, we're gonna duplicate that. Duplicate that. Double click it. And we're gonna make sure the blending option right here, that's all the way down. And now that we got that, it's set on normal, overlay. You guys can see the pink, but not too much. Go right there. And what I'm gonna do is just bring this down just a teeny bit. So you guys, you see the pink glow kind of on her? Like, I love that. That to me makes flyers look beautiful. We're gonna duplicate that again. Now we can keep it like that, but I'm going to move this somewhere else. I'm just gonna probably put it right there. Yeah, I think probably maybe right there is perfect. Now that we have that, you always want to make sure you have your address. Your address should always go at the bottom. So you can really just add like a line right there. And we can do it like that. Or however you really want to do it. And you can just type in your address, your company name, everything like that. But this is the basic startup of a flyer. Some flyers have information, some don't. I always recommend when you're designing flyers, your main points, you want to make sure that this looks good right here. This usually would be the cover of the front side of the flyer. But nowadays, everybody puts everything on one. So we're going to remove that. We're going to just come up with a time. We're going to say 5 p.m. to 12 a.m. And we're going to change the font on that. Make this a little bit smaller. So that probably right there. And we also gotta add the date. So today is February 19th. So we're gonna go right here, click Feb 19th. (2018). And again, you can change the font, use whatever you want to use for that. Now, I'm not going to lie, I don't really like how this flows at all. So we're not going to use that big font. That's too big, that's too bold. It just looks, yeah, it just doesn't, I'm not feeling it. I'm looking for something a little bit more tone, silhouette out, you know, maybe like this, a little slimmer. And then we're going to put at the bottom the address. Tampa, Florida. Now this is too big, so we're going to shrink that down to about maybe 14, 12-ish. And we're going to space it out. Let's try 500. Again, make sure everything stays inside of their this box. In lots of cases, your address is going to probably stretch all the way across. We're just going to change the color to this to pink. And let's see, maybe we can put this in like a box. But I want to remove that white box. So I'm just going to go right here. It's gone. But I want to keep the outline, the stroke. Make sure it's set to inside white. Let's bring it down, make it a little slimmer. And you want to make sure that it's centered very well, because right now I feel like it's not centered. So I'm going to make this a little smaller. And there you have it. This is how you would make a club flyer. Now all you have to do is go here, click save, and just call it Party House. Save it in the downloads. You can save it in Photoshop, and when you save it as Photoshop, that's going to keep it as layers. But when you get ready to go to print, you're going to need to send them a JPEG. So what we're going to do is go right here to File. Again, it's saving right there at the bottom of my computer. Give it a second. Now we're going to go back. Save as. And there you got it. So now we have our flyer design created. Like I said, really what makes a flyer unique is the creative mind. It's all in the mind, how you create. So you are really going to be responsible for how this flyer that you make, whenever you design a flyer, where it goes. Remember, people are going to look at your work and they want to see the best, nothing but the best. So I'm going to show you guys real quick a place that you can go to and get free images, like for the models. Just go right here to your internet. And And it's actually already on there for me. But just go to mixtapepsd.com, and you just go, when you go basically there, I'm just going to go to the site again. So I hope you guys enjoyed this flyer. I really hope that you guys learned a lot from this tutorial, and I am really excited for a lot of you guys' future, and I really want to see where you guys can go and how you guys can take these and do this. So feel free to email me, some of your flyers. I want to just take a look, see how you're doing. If you need some critics or anything like that, just email me or hit me up on social media. And I look forward to seeing what you guys can do.